Your Excellency is Ambassador Kathleen Kavalec. Today is the World Press Freedom Day. You are here in Romania back after 15 years. What differences did you notice after this period of time in the media, Romanian media?
First of all, I want to congratulate all the media on World Press Freedom Day and to thank them for the work. Thank you and all your colleagues for the great work you do to keep us informed. As we all know, free and independent media is kind of the cornerstone of democracy. So I want to salute everyone on this special day. Lots of changes, I think. I'm still getting my head around all the differences in the media environment, but I see lots of different organizations have popped up, particularly with the online world, and lots of financial pressures also on the media as well. So it seems to be a more complex media environment from the time that I was here before, perhaps one of the issues I see is questions about transparency and accountability sometimes with so many different outlets and many which appear and disappear with not much explanation.
Reporters Without Borders just published this morning the annual index, and Romania is ranked 53. Out of 180, and the main problem is the lack of transparency of media financing, especially from public funds. You probably know that last year, in the first 7 months, the main two political parties, PSD and PNL, Social Democrats and Liberals, spent 10 million euros for financing media without writing that it's about publicity. So did you discuss with the Romanian authorities about this kind of financing media, Romanian media?
Well, as you know, in our human rights report, we also made reference to this question about transparency and financing, and I think it's critical that any government-provided or political party-provided financing for the media be transparent and people be able to know, where funding is coming from. I think it's also a risk because media outlets who begin to rely on this type of funding can start engaging in self-censorship because they want to continue to see the funding flow. So I have not specifically discussed this with authorities. I'm still in my introductory calls, but it's something that we will continue to track and raise whenever appropriate.
Another problem for the Romanian media, but not also for the Romania media, there is a problem in the world, is the trust in the media.
Yeah.
So how do you see this problem?
Well, I think this is a big challenge for the media, and along with economic challenge, which I think, again, the online world has presented new challenges to the media. But this only reinforces the need for strong accountability, fact-checking within the media, transparency on the financing, because it's very easy to cast doubt on media reports. People can raise questions about sourcing, about fact-checking, about intentional spread of disinformation. So it behooves media organizations to strengthen the quality of their reporting, to strengthen the quality of their fact-checking, to gain the trust and confidence of their audiences.
Reporters Without Borders and its partners asked the Romanian authorities to accelerate investigation into the threats against Emilia Șercan. She is a Romanian journalist who published many times investigation about the plagiarized dissertations, works of the politicians, Romanian politicians, including the Prime Minister and the Minister of Internal Affairs. This is a lack of progress for the moment in the judicial investigation. In your opinion, this is a dangerous point when the authorities didn't success to end this investigation?
Well, I think any threat against a journalist is one threat too many, and any threat against journalists should be investigated and should be clarified as quickly as possible. So we certainly hope to see that that the authorities will conclude quickly this investigation, take any action that might be necessary, because I think it's important to prevent additional use of these types of tactics against journalists. So I certainly hope that, and we will urge authorities to make sure that this is fully investigated and resolved as quickly as possible.
A few weeks ago, a Romanian journalist with mental health problems died, and her ability to exercise, to practice her profession correctly was questioned by the one TV station. Mm-hmm. How do you see this kind of presenting this kind of problems regarding the human rights?
Well, I think not knowing all of the details of this particular case, I think respect for any professional is important, and journalists need to be supported. They need to be treated with respect. So I think that goes without saying, and I hope that this will become the norm in this country in the future.
Do you think that we are on the point that we need to regulate the internet and the artificial intelligence?
Oh, I'm not sure if I have an opinion on that. I was just thinking I need to learn more about artificial intelligence. There's a lot in the media these days. But certainly anytime there's a new technology, all of us need to take a close look and try to understand the impact. I think we're still dealing with the impact of social media, the ability to spread misinformation quickly. So I think we all need to work collectively on these issues. I know some organizations are taking a look at this. UNESCO, for example, has looked at it, the European Commission. I think all of us need to work together to come up with solutions, but also we need to encourage media literacy. We need to invest more. And by the way, let me just mention that in terms of what the U.S. Embassy is doing here, we do invest in programs to support media literacy, to support independent journalism, to try to improve the media environment. I think last year we invested about $330,000 in about 14 grants to support free media, to support media literacy, to combat disinformation. So all of us, I think, need collectively to do more. I also wanted to mention that USAID, the U.S. Agency for International Development, is reinvesting in independent media. We are partnering with a center in Prague to provide grants in Central Europe to media organizations to help improve their revenue streams and strengthen the quality of the media, because as I think I mentioned at the beginning, one of the challenges the media faces is simply the economic challenge and the pressures in the online environment. So it's important to find new bases for revenue streams to keep independent media healthy and able to report and investigate for the benefit of all of us.
Especially in these days.
Especially in these days.
On the border.
Yes, definitely. And let me also, since it's World Media Freedom Day, give a salute to the brave journalists in Ukraine who have been doing incredible reporting to keep us all informed. Unfortunately, several journalists have lost their lives. My heart goes out to them and their families, both with sympathy, condolences, and gratitude for their courage to report and bring us the news in this dark moment in European history.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your interest.